My coaching career wasn't supposed to be in girls basketball. My coaching career really was when I got a job at Simla, where I'd been all this time, coaching and teaching. Was Dick Ullum, our superintendent, offered me a special ed job and stuff. And he had only asked me one question in this job. And he said, "How long are you going to be here?" And I said, "Well, I'm planning on being here for a long time." And he said, "That's going to be great, because I don't want people to come in here and be stepping stones into another job somewhere else." And so that was the only question he asked me about teaching. And then I did want to do some coaching, and I asked, I said, "What about some coaching?" He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "I got basketball." And my thought immediately went to boys basketball. And he goes, I said, "Well, yeah, I'd love to coach, and Mr. Book was the coach at that time there, a well-known, successful coach and stuff. I said, "I'd love to work with him." And he goes, "No," he goes, "I want you to be the assistant girls basketball coach for girls." And so flash forward to now, it was the greatest thing that man had ever done for me. The 2 years as an assistant, I was able to sit back and watch and listen and see how girls, acted and reacted and stuff towards things. And some of it I liked, and some of it I knew it had to change. I had to learn a lot from them, and they had to learn a lot from me. I am very vocal. I am very loud. And the girls adjusted to that quickly. Matter of fact, the girls had an easier time adjusting to that than maybe parents and some administrators did. If you could put up with me during the basketball season and all that I demand of you and all of my loudness and stuff, you're going to be able to hang on to a job to that boss that might be a little bit more vocal to you, or when you get into an argument with somebody else, you're going to know not to fall apart. You're going to not to know, you're going to be able to hang on a little more and make things better for yourself than to give up. And that was the main thing for me as well, is that, once you start this, we're going to finish it. And you're not going to quit on me. When you come in and tell me you're going to turn in your uniform, we're going to have a long sit-down conversation. And it won't be just with me. It'll be with your parents and stuff as well. I want you to start this, and I want you to finish it. And I want you to understand that life is a struggle. You've got to be on time. So be on time for practice. You've got to take care of your classwork. If your classwork is not being done in class, then you're not playing. I coached my daughter, and this is where that Kleenex is going to come in. And so either win or lose, we would go home, and we would still, we would be quiet going home because we're both tired, and maybe it was a loss and maybe it was a win, but I probably got on her a little bit too much and stuff. And before she'd go to bed, I'd ask her, I say, "Hey, Shorty," I said, "Are you all right?" And she goes, "Yeah." I go, I love you." And she'd go, "Well," and she'd mumble, and she'd say it too, and stuff. And I go, "Are we all right?" And clear as day, she'd say, "No, but we will be." She would have to be one of my favorite players. I've got Jenny Molnar. I got Geraldine Rector. I could, Tabitha Urich. I could name players, Tabitha Urich. She'd go diving for a ball and she'd disappear because she would be off the floor, under the table, having to get out. Those were my favorite players. There was something for them to know that I cared about them. And that when the game was over with, win or lose, it was over with. No matter what we said, no matter how we said things or whatever, it was done. It always had to be that way. And those kids also bought into that, which was exciting to see. I don't think any coach goes into this expecting these kinds of awards. And to be considered and nominated for it is a big thing to me. I know it will be to my family. It's awesome. I mean, I don't know how much more words I can